everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. Today we're gonna do a get ready with me with all Chanel products. This is a 5-minute look, easy to do. I haven't done these for a while. I used to do a lot more of them, but there have been so many releases coming fast and furious. I haven't had much of a chance to do like just what I usually do on a normal day, especially when it's hot. It's 95 degrees out here in Boston. So before we get started, before we kick it off, and I'll show you the 5-minute look, which takes me a little bit more than 5 minutes today because I'm also explaining it to all of you. If I was doing it myself, definitely 5 minutes. I also want to mention that, you know, lately I've noticed there's a lot of attention being paid to TikTok and Instagram as other forms of social media. And I am on Instagram. I have started doing some sort of stuff on TikTok, and I noticed there might be less attention paid to YouTube. So in that vein, I noticed looking at my analytics that there are thousands, literally thousands of you out there who are watching but aren't subscribed. So I ask kindly if you'll consider subscribing to my channel here on YouTube. It will help me understand whether I should be continuing to spend as much time here on YouTube or whether I should shift to things like Instagram and TikTok. I'm certainly not saying I'm gonna leave YouTube. I just mean that, you know, I noticed that there's thousands of people watching on YouTube, but they're not subscribing. So if you like my content and you continue to watch, it would be great if you could subscribe, and I'll just kind of keep an eye on that over the next month or so to figure out, you know, where to do that. Because as you might not know, I do this part-time. This is just for fun. I have a full-time job, but it does take up a lot of my time doing this. Again, it's, you know, it is what it is, and I love doing it. I love beauty. I love fashion. It's not that, but if I'm spending all this time towards something that people aren't necessarily interested in or watching, and there's other avenues that would be better suited for people, I can certainly do that. So it'll help me to see if a lot of people subscribe over the next month or so, then I know that, you know, okay, I should be spending my time and attention on YouTube and not other platforms, or maybe in addition. We'll see. But that would be incredibly helpful to me. And if there's a reason you're not subscribing but watching, let me know what it is, because it's free to you. You don't have to you just have to click a button. It's not that hard. So yeah, unless there's just like, you know, a reason not to subscribe, which if there is, let me know. I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing, and that will help me understand where to spend my time. So with all that, let's get started on the 5-minute Chanel makeup look. So today I'm going to show you what I do for like a 5-minute. Now, it's going to take a little longer than 5 minutes when I show it to you today, but honestly, I do this in 5 minutes. I actually timed myself to see if it was actually true. All Chanel products, easy to do. Okay, first is the Chanel. This is the new Touch. You can use this. You can use the Chanel #1. I did a video. They are very similar. You know, decide what foundation is right for you, obviously. I am picking something that has a lighter coverage and frankly is not very opaque, because I don't wear a ton of makeup in the summertime, and I feel like when I do, it doesn't feel good on my skin. It's just too hot. Like if it feels like there's something sitting on my skin, I can't handle it. I'm like, no. Now, I'm one of those people who doesn't do well in heat. So if you do really well in heat, maybe you don't have any of these issues, and maybe you're fine wearing a heavier foundation, lipstick, all that stuff. And if you can, fantastic. But I cannot. So the Touch Foundation by Chanel is, if you haven't seen it before, I did videos on it, and I've done comparisons with the Chanel #1. It's a suspended pigment product. It can be used as a concealer. It can be used as foundation, as I'm using it. One thing to mention, when it is really hot out and humid and you're likely to sweat, I don't really sweat, which is actually one of the problems. This is why I don't do well in heat. Press the foundation as much as you can into the skin. And the reason that helps is you're really getting it in, like in your pores. You're actually like getting it in so that it's seamless on your face. that's gonna make it stay longer than if you just swipe it over your face. So I tend to do that generally. Like when I put on makeup, I tend to pounce it, whether I'm using a brush or a sponge. That's usually how I put my foundation on. But I have been known to sort of swipe when I do my foundation, when I'm doing it here for you on camera. I'm not exactly sure why I necessarily do that. And when I do it, when I'm not on camera, I tend to go more like this. But anyway, yeah, it does seem to stay a little longer on your face if you're pushing it in to your skin. And I like my skin to feel like a little tacky, a little moist. I hate that word. Not a lot, but a little bit, because my skin is so dry that if I put a foundation on and it's super dry, it just doesn't feel good. It gets really tight because my skin dries up during the day. So we've got the foundation on, and like I said, if I was doing this not in front of the camera, it wouldn't take me very long at all. I would just be like pounce, 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 and I'd be done. I didn't use a lot of product. I used one pump on the back of my hand. This foundation actually covers quite a bit. Considering it's a light foundation, I think it actually has quite a bit of coverage and looks quite nice. And you don't need that much. Then I'm gonna take bronzer. This is the Chanel oversized bronzer. I'm gonna use it in light today because, again, I'm just showing you a really quick. You can use the medium. I use the medium a lot, but I'm not gonna do the step where I use a cream, the contour, and a bronzer. I'm just gonna use bronzer. I also want to mention I'm using today the brush, the EG Pro by Sonia G. I saw that it came back in stock. I don't know if it'll still be in stock by the time this video goes up, but I just want to mention this is a great brush for practically everything, and it's really good for bronzer. I feel it's very good for bronzer. So if you are thinking about picking it up and you weren't sure, I'll make sure it's in the description box. But yeah, it's a really, really nice brush. And the Kayaki set, travel set, also just came out. I'm not sure if I'm picking it up or not. To be very honest with you, I do not need another brush. I have so many brushes at this point, but I like it because travel set, and I could literally just stick it in my travel bag and just have it for travel and never have to pack a brush again. So I am thinking about it, but it's not that it's not a good brush set. It's just because I have too many brushes to even begin with. All right, so you see what I did. I just kind of went all over the face. I tend to like go a little bit high here on the cheeks with it, almost acting like a contour slash bronzer all at once. And then I go across the nose, and that actually gives you a little bit of a contour when you're doing it like super fast, like I just did. And like I said, this brush is excellent. Sometimes I don't mention in my videos what brush I'm using. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I just forget, but this is a really great brush if you're interested in picking it up. All right, so highlighter. This is the Reve de Camelia highlighter that came out. I think this is still available, but it's one of my favorite highlighters by Chanel. And I'm gonna use the same brush actually, and it's just a very light highlight. It doesn't have a ton of luminosity. All the Chanels, the oversized ones that I talked about recently, are like that. They have a little bit, but they're not overpowering. I like that when I'm doing something really quick because I'm like, oh, it's good, it's done. I don't have to worry about putting on too much. I don't have to worry about being too anything. And when I'm doing something that's, like I said, quick and easy for the summer especially, it has to work for work, Zoom calls, meetings, running to the store, whatever, all at once. And for me, the Chanel highlighters work because they're just, I don't have to even think about it. Just put it on and it looks great. Blush. This is Golden Sun, using the same brush. Golden Sun doesn't exist anymore. Sorry about that. It's one of my favorite shades of all time. And this is one of my favorite blush formulas of all time. Golden Sun is awesome. I'll show it to you really quickly. I don't know if you can even get this anywhere, like anywhere on the market, but that's Golden Sun. I used it all the time when I was a makeup artist for Chanel. It was one of my favorite shades for people. It's just a really great bronzy pink. Yeah, it's awesome. Chanel did recently change their blush formula. I did an entire video on that. Not thrilled with the brush formula, but anyway, it is what it is. All right, now on my eyes, I'm just gonna use bronzer. We're gonna keep it, like I said, super, super simple. This is a 5-minute look. I am pulling out the medium because the medium on me is a little cooler, and I personally like the medium or the deep on my eyes. The light, it works, but I don't like it as much. The light, as you can see, works as bronzer on me. It looks fine. I am incredibly pale, but it is a warmer shade. Now, if you want true, like a monochromatic look and you want to tie it all together, I would suggest using the same shade of bronzer that you use on your face on your eyes, because that literally ties everything together in a seamless way. If you pick, you know, different bronzer for your eyes that you've used on your face, obviously you're not going to get the same tie-in. However, I think the shades are similar enough that honestly on me, you can't really tell the difference. It's fine. If I was in a super, super rush, yeah, I wouldn't even do that. I would just do this. I would just pull out the same bronzer, especially if I was traveling and only brought one bronzer with me. All right, take a little bit of eyeliner. This is a Brune Couvre. This is one of the shades that they brought back. It's a really great brown. It has a little bit of coolness to it. The liner step will take you a little bit longer, but I will say, for most people, if you line your eyes, it is going to give you more of a, you know, a contrast with the bronzer. If you're looking for something even faster, just don't do the liner. But I do think it can make a very big difference. All right, I'm going to curl my lashes and put on Chanel mascara really fast. Okay, mascara is on. I didn't film it because it's just, I make funny faces when I put my mascara on, and you all know how to put mascara on, so I don't really think we need to do that. But just a little bit of Chanel mascara. I don't do a ton, like I said. When I'm wearing this type of look, I do it relatively quickly. I would also say, as the liner that I use, the eyeliner, it is waterproof. The mascara is not waterproof. I haven't had a problem with it, but if you're if you're out and about and it's really, really hot, you might want to consider a waterproof mascara. I generally have dry eyelids and like dry skin, so it doesn't usually transfer too much, but when it's really humid, doesn't matter what kind of skin you have, waterproof is probably a decent idea. Okay, so really quickly, Beige Natural lip liner. Lip liner is on. I think you'll notice it's a very light lip liner. Beige Natural, it's not that much deeper than, frankly, the bronzer that I have on. It's very light. I use this one when I'm doing a quick look, and I know you'll all say, like, well, why bother with the liner? Just put the lipstick on. The thing is, especially when it's warm and it's sweaty and it's nasty, if I put the liner on first and frankly put it over my entire lip, it lasts longer with the lipstick. I did use the Emile Cordon lip balm. I was wearing it when I first went on camera. I use them all the time. And to mention, they are 30% off right now. I'll make sure that link is usually below because you can get 10% off with my code, in addition to the giveaway that's going on right now. So I'll make sure that's in there too. But yeah, they are 30% off. There's some that are, I think, already sold out. So this is Flannery. Flannery is one of my favorite shades that came out for spring. It's number 172. I don't know if you can still get it, but again, there's a lot of great Chanel shades. This is the Flash. The Flash has, it's a shiny lipstick. You know, there's not a ton of staying power there. That is true. But the thing about it is that it's light on my lips, and I like that. If I'm gonna go out in this type of weather, I'm not gonna wear an opaque lipstick. I'm not gonna wear a heavy lipstick, if I'm gonna wear lipstick at all. But if I am, it's gonna be like a Cocoa Flash or the Merit Slip, I think there's Slip lipsticks, something like that. Anyway, the Merits, the Lisa Eldridge sheer lipsticks like those, the Chantecaille, you can substitute for whatever brand you like. I admit I am a big fan of Chanel because I used to work for them and I was a makeup artist for them for a long time. So I really like their products. Plus, I think their products are good. So this is the entire look. Like I said, 5 minutes. You can easily do this in 5 minutes. The mascara might push you a little over if you're really careful with your mascara, but you can do it in 5 minutes. I would also say powder. I don't powder my face because, again, my skin is very dry. In the summer, though, even my skin, when it's 95 degrees outside and it's 90% humidity, yeah, my skin does get, let's face it, you're human, you're gonna sweat, it's gonna be gross. There are different types of like fixing sprays that will fix your makeup to your face. There are powders that I do think that work. The Westman Atelier is my favorite right now. Pink Bubble, of course it's not Chanel, but I do love that powder. I think that really, really works, especially for people with dry skin. I don't want to give advice for people who have oily skin though, because I don't have oily skin. I'm talking about something that I know nothing about. So I don't do that. So yeah, I think, you know, definitely consider a fixing spray or a powder like the Westman Atelier, or a powder that you really like, to fix your makeup, because most of the stuff, I mean, no matter how good it is or how much it stays, like this liner, I'll tell you right now, the liner's not going anywhere. It's not. I've literally, it's a long story, but I actually was underwater with this liner on. It's not coming off. But the rest of the makeup is gonna come off if you're sweating and it's that hot. So a fixing spray or powder can really help with that. I think that's it for today, guys. Like I said, I wanted to just do a quick, you know, 5-minute type of video because I don't do those very often. The fails video is coming up, hopefully next. I think next. I know a lot of you are waiting for that, so that's coming up. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.